Hey everybody, I'm back to do a second video for today. I forgot to include my belly shot in the last video, so I'm going to actually include it in this one. I wanted to talk about birthing plans in my last video, but it ran way too long, so I didn't get to do that. So I figured instead of tacking my belly shot onto the last video and talking about birthing plans, I just do a separate video. So here goes. As far as birthing plans, I've never done one or talked about it with a doctor because honestly, they never, asked me, what would you want for your birthing plan? It was kind of the only question that was asked to me was, do you want an epidural? Um, Other than that, I didn't go over, what was going to happen the day of, what I expected, or any of that. Everything just went smooth, and so I didn't think about it. However, this time around, it's a whole lot different because I live in a whole nother state. I don't have the same doctors, and I'm a little nervous about that. I've had people tell me some horror stories about labor and delivery, and I'm not new to it. I've given birth 3 times, so I kind of know what to expect. However, these horror stories have a lot to do with the doctors and what they're doing and not doing. And I don't know, everybody I've talked to, all the videos I listened to, it just seemed like my experience with labor and delivery was so different. And I feel like I need to speak with my doctor about how I want things to go and just kind of talk to her about, my concerns. Um, yeah, because I'm really close, and I don't know. After listening to some of y'all's videos, I kind of got a little fearful. Um, I I personally, I know what giving birth feels like to its fullest because I've never had an epidural or anything like that. I've given birth naturally 3 times. So I know, that it's really painful, and for me, the worst part of delivery was, when the pain reached its peak. Um, but I've heard people talk about, what happened to them after they delivered the baby, and that worried me because I didn't have any. Of course, I had the normal aches and pains. You get stitches and hemorrhoids and things like that. I experienced that, and that sucked, but it wasn't worse than labor to me. To me, the worst part was, when the pain reached its peak during labor and pushing out the baby. Because, like I said, I did not have an epidural. But the care that people received afterward was just mind-boggling to me because I felt like my doctors were great after hearing some of y'all stories and people around me hearing their stories. Like, ripping and tearing. I've heard people say some terrible things about how they ripped in multiple places and how they had so many different stitches put in. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's terrible because with all 3 of my deliveries, my doctor knew that I was going to rip. So instead of letting me rip, he cut me. And the first 2 deliveries, I didn't even feel him cut me. That area was so numb from all the stretching that I didn't even know he cut me. He actually explained to me that he cut me. And so when he stitched me up, it was only a few stitches because it was just a straight cut. I didn't rip in a whole bunch of places. So the recovery from that was wasn't as bad as what I'm hearing other people say it was for them. Um, Bleeding out, and of course you're gonna bleed after you have a baby, but some of these stories, people are saying they almost bled to death, and huge blood clots and things like that. And I just didn't go through all of that after labor and delivery. You know, the doctors would come in and they would press on my stomach, which was painful, but they told me, you know, they have to do this so that I don't bleed out. So I'm wondering, like, did these other doctors do that? It made me feel like I need to talk to my doctor and make sure my doctor knows what she's doing because I don't want to go through that. I just, you know, people have told me that doctors were giving them medications that they didn't know what it was and they didn't ask for it, and so I just, yeah, I'm not against epidurals, but I don't want one. Um, I just feel like if you can, I don't know, I don't like taking medication, period. So if I don't have to take pain meds or medication to fall asleep or anything, if I don't have to take it, I won't take it. I'll suffer through some stuff before I just, pop a pill. That's just me. And so I feel like before I pump myself and my baby full of medication, I want to see that I want to see if I can do it without it first. Like I said, I know what it feels like, so I'm not knocking anybody that's had an epidural, but just for me, if I can do without it, then I'm going to do without it. I would rather not deal with any kind of crazy side effects for me or my baby if I don't have to. And you just never know. Everybody's body's different. You might be that one person or whatever that has that really bad side effect. I know people get epidurals all the time and everything's fine, but I also know people that have gotten epidurals and had terrible side effects from it. And I don't want to go there. So, I know it's, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not against epidurals. I just don't want one. I also know that I have a very low tolerance for pain. So it's kind of crazy that I've done, natural births 3 times. But I had a plan for that because I knew that I would break and ask for some kind of medication um, at some point. And so what I did was I purposely did most of my labor at home because I knew that once I got to the hospital, if I was dilated past a certain point, they wouldn't give me an epidural. My doctor had explained that to me. So I purposely did a lot of my labor at home, and my plan worked all 3 times. By the time I made it to the hospital, it was too late. They couldn't give me an epidural. So even though I asked for one, that was really the pain talking because I didn't want one. When the pain reached its peak, I couldn't take it. I had to have something. So, yeah, I asked for it and they said no. They couldn't give it to me, and I ended up, just pushing my babies out with no pain meds. That is not going to be able to happen this time because where I was like 10 minutes away from the hospital, I am almost 30 minutes away from where I will be delivering. So, and each labor and delivery was cut shorter and shorter with every pregnancy. So I don't want to end up having my baby at home. So me and my husband agreed that when I start feeling contractions, we're just going to drive to the hospital because we don't want any kind of accidents happening on the road or at home. So I think I'm going to talk with my doctor and get a solid birthing plan together. Other than talking about pain meds, honestly, I don't even know what else they discussed with the birthing plan. I will be finding that out soon, though. So yeah, that's really all I had to say about birthing plans and epidurals and things like that. I'm gonna give you guys my belly shot, and that'll be it. So let's see. Here is what I'm looking like at 33 weeks from the front, and pull my dress tight so you can see. Here I am from the side. Guys, I am out there, and I still got a month to grow. Yeah, there's the other side. I'm pretty big, you guys. In my stomach only, though. I didn't really gain a lot of weight, like I said in my last video. My stomach just looks ridiculous. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but looks like I'm having twins to me. Yep. Anywho, that is it for this video. I will talk to you guys later, and yeah, love you guys. Bye bye.